Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Back here, beautiful place. I made a video earlier today. If you want to see what's going on and the surrounding and what are my beautiful friends doing here with me, go and check the other video. The other video is about Lavrov telling everyone that NATO and the European Union are in a direct confrontation, direct war with Russia, and false flag operations planned in order to drag NATO into a war with Russia, and Poland bringing all his citizens from Belarus and so on. Oh, we got a fighter jet here. All right, so what's going on here? In this video, so if you want to see the surrounding and my friends, just go to the other video. I will just go straight to the point here, which is Zelensky. It's not a how should I put it, as a surprise or anything like that. Once NATO, he's not he. The guys want to use Zelensky as a springboard for NATO to get involved in a conventional war with Russia, not nuclear. They try to stop it before it gets there, they think. I think that is a mistake, because I think once you jump off a cliff, you can't bring it back. So, whatever happened. So, Zelensky asked Trump for Tomahawk missiles to hit Moscow. That's the main thing here, among others. Trump wants Erdogan, the shifty, slimy, sly, strong guy Erdogan of Turkey, to play a mediating role in the conflict in Ukraine. But he needs to stop buying anything that comes from Russia. That is, he tries to cut any supplies of gas through Turkey or with the help of Turkey towards Europe or anywhere else. I think it's Turk Stream pipeline 1, and I think it's going to be 2 of them or something. So Trump says, oh, you're a nice guy. Now you have to give me, I don't know, $20 million. But hey, I told you you're a nice guy, man. And I let you pretend that you're important by mediating. And Erdogan is going to be like, do you think I was born yesterday? And Trump is going to be like, yes. Okay, let's start with the first article, which shows us Palestine moving fast. That's the eagle that I couldn't identify yet what's going on with it. It was right this morning. I go in the other video and you're going to find out. I don't know if you see him gliding over there somewhere, going that way. Anyway, in the morning, he's coming back. In the morning, he was right here in this tree, on one of those branches that he was waiting for me. When I got out and started moving my cock around, he just flew. So this is my tent right there. Okay, so that's it. I can identify it. It's not a turkey vulture, and it's not a juvenile. That's a close juvenile bald eagle. It's not a grown bald eagle. Could be a juvenile, but the wings, I don't think so. All right, so let's go back to our things. Palestine, as I said, Palestine now recognized by more and more countries. Almost as many countries recognize Palestine as Israel. Has to move fast. The thing is, what can you do about it? A lot of things, is there, let's talk about this, let's recognize Palestine. Without doing something, that means nothing. So, Palestine applies for BRICS membership. Did you know that? Now you do if you didn't. If you know, okay. So here it is. Palestine applies to become member of BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, and China. So these guys are moving fast. That's good. They want protection. That's what it is. We want protection. Israel is not part of BRICS. Israel owns. All right? So, BRICS is an interstate association created in 2006. Palestine has applied for full membership in BRICS, but has not yet received a response and plans to continue participating as a guest. Palestinian ambassador to Russia, Abdel Hafiz Nofal, told Sputnik. We have submitted an application, but as you know, Palestine has certainly certain conditions. I believe Palestine will participate in the association as a guest until the conditions allow it to become a full member. We haven't received an answer yet. I don't think Palestine is recognized by Russia as a state. That's why they're still waiting for the Israelis to back the fuck off Ukraine, if you know what I mean. If you don't, well, stick around. So that's the first one. Good, good. They want protection, like in a, how do you call it? In a mafia zone. I have my territory here, your gang has your territory here. And we don't, we overlap a little bit here and there, we have a little bit of conflict, and you have people in the middle, and they're gonna be loyal to these guys, and if these guys mistreat them, they will turn to the other guys, and they're gonna be loyal to this one, until they get mistreated by both, obviously, but then they have all these guys fuck me in the ass, the other guy fuck me in the pussy. So what should I do? I pick pussy, or maybe ass, whatever comes first. All right. Zelensky, NATO countries should have shut down Russian drones and jets. And then what? And then what? That imbecile. I have to say this. I said it, I think, on one occasion before. I very much dislike Zelensky's face. I have nothing with him. It's just that that's a little falcon landed in the tree, a little fucker. Is he over there? Is he gone? I don't know. So it's a personal thing as well as living. A personal thing as well as more than that for Zelensky Stein. He looks like a former friend of mine. That being former, you understand that he's not a friend of mine anymore. He was a very good friend of mine, but every time I see him, it's like, not liking it, let's put it mildly. So, Zelensky, NATO countries should have shut down Russian drones and jets. And then what? And then the Russians would attack NATO, and NATO will attack Russia, and then the Western world will go to hell the third time, and you guys are coming over with your money on the paper or on a computer screen nowadays and take over again, and you reconstruct it with our work and your money that you print with your little fingers, with your little hooves. Motherfuckers. All right, let's move on. Think about it, man. And then what? And then what? Trump sees Erdogan as possible mediator in Russia's war on Ukraine. Why? Okay, right there, Washington Post. So yeah, they said, why? I'm going to tell you. U.S. President Trump views his Turkish counterpart Erdogan as a potential ally and valuable mediator in resolving not just one, but several ongoing wars. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. This is the elephant in the room. It's not Erdogan, man. You don't have to go to Erdogan. In the Middle East, you have to go to to your boss. Trump, you have to go to your boss in the Middle East to solve the wars. And you know when the wars will be solved in the Middle East? When your boss is gonna take all the territory it wants, all right, in the Middle East, and your boss will make sure that nobody around can pose any threat to the boss. And therefore, you have to have anarchy and continuous war among the imbeciles around your boss. And the boss will be all safe. And it's going to be suck our, not the dick, but our energy and our resources through our hard work and our children's hard work. That's how it's going to work. Fuck you. Anyway, so here it is. He says that Erdogan is very smart, and then he's a tough guy. I don't usually like people like that. What? You like Putin, who's a war criminal? You like Kim Jong-un, the woodchuck in North Korea? You like Xi? You don't like Barbara Streisand, what's her name? Ursula von der Leyen. Because she's weak, she's a nobody. You don't like Macron, he's a nobody. You don't like Starmer, he's a nobody. You don't like Meloni with the melons. You don't like these guys because these guys are weak. You know they're weak and you know they're owned. All the other ones I mentioned, they're not owned. Putin is not owned. Xi Jinping is not owned. Kim Jong-un is not owned. You are owned. And all the baboons I mentioned before are owned, including Zelensky Stein, who's playing a role very well so far. Why? Otherwise he's going to be shut down, let's put it nicely. So what did he say here? He's a tough guy, all right? All right, and he said at the bottom, at the end of it, at the end of the whole article, the bottom and the last sentence, I'm quoting, I would like him, Erdogan, to stop buying any oil from Russia while it continues this aggression against Ukraine. Why don't you stop providing military support, money and weapons to your boss to kill innocent people over there? I'm listening, because you're owned. You are owned, that's why. And through him, we are also owned, not through him. Anyway, so Zelensky says this, Trump realizes Putin is not winning in Ukraine. All right, you remember they had a little meeting, a TARD meeting at the United Nations, these imbeciles. So over there, Zelensky briefed and updated Trump in what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in the war. And Trump came after the briefing and said, well, I think Ukraine can liberate its territories, can get them all the territories back and more. This because I was briefed by this big liar next to me. So is this how you get your information? Yeah, that's exactly how these guys get information. Do you think that Trump stays to study what's going on in Ukraine? No, he's briefed by, I don't know, his Bernstein or Kosman or these guys or Maverchuk or whatever they are over there. Goldberg is briefed in this case by the big liar Zelensky. What's going on in Ukraine? And why would they lie after all? I mean, you have a son-in-law. You do business with these guys all your lives in New York. They're trustworthy, are they? No, they hold Trump by the balls. I think Trump is blackmailed. That's my opinion as a free person. I don't have any evidence, but some actions of Trump that really seem like, what? Why would you do this? Why would you turn like this? Why do you turn a black eye only to those guys over there? But the Ukraine, the Russian, the Putin killing innocent people. Aren't the guys in Middle East innocent as well? Some of them. I don't see him crying. He just says, oh, yeah, by the way, stop that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. It's just like a, I don't know, sideline, whatever it is. Anyway, so Trump realizes Putin is not winning in Ukraine. Zelensky says that because Zelensky updated Trump. Can you believe this? Yes, I can. And it's even worse than that. Remember, we have Biden before. We had Biden and Kamala Harris. Where's the cock I need to suck? That's what Kamala. Cock to suck. That's what it is. And she was the vice president. God damn it. And you tell me that this guy's democracy for you. And then we have this. Zelensky asked Trump for Tomahawk missiles that can reach Moscow. So it's not like, remember, if Zelensky receives the Tomahawk missiles, let's say they're operated by the Ukrainian army, the Tomahawk missiles can also probably reach, I don't know, London, maybe. I'm just saying, or maybe Paris, or maybe Berlin, definitely Berlin. So when you provide these guys with weapons, and one day they decide, I don't like you anymore, I like the Russians now, what are you going to do if you already provided them with Tomahawk missiles? The Tomahawk missiles, if they will be provided, they will not be in the Ukrainian hands. The Ukrainians could look at them with binoculars only, or maybe go around and be janitors. That's what the Ukrainian armies will do to the Tomahawks. The Tomahawks will be operated only by the Americans, only. And they need American personnel to be targeted and to launch and so on. Do you think they're going to give that? They didn't give the Romanians, who are NATO member states. They give to Ukrainians? Why don't you give this? Well, I'm looking around. You never know who's coming. Even though it's a big property here, they shouldn't, but nevertheless. Ukrainian President Zelensky asked the United States for Tomahawk missiles capable of striking targets in Moscow during the closed door. Why Moscow? Now imagine the Tomahawks will strike Moscow. I'm leaving for a second. Imagine the Tomahawks strike Moscow. What should Moscow do? Strike Kiev? No, they should strike London. Not Washington, D.C. No. London. Why? I'm guaranteeing you the Brits will scramble their jets and gonna start a war against the Russians. No, my friends, I'm not, how should I put it? I'm not promoting. I'm telling what these guys could do, should do. I don't know, that's their country, but that's the way to stop the war, I think. And since this is Zelensky's time, an eye for an eye. They like that a lot. And you guys, some of you like turn the other cheek and forgive and all that. You can forgive, okay? You give me millions of dollars, I will give you back. And then I say, I will not give it to you back. And you're going to forgive me and you're going to give me more. Your kingdom is there. Mine is right here. So give me everything right here, and you're gonna inherit the skies. I want you to do that to me. Please, man, send me everything you got. Send me. I'm just kidding. Not. Anyway, so an eye for an eye. So the Russians, if they get struck, they should not strike Kiev, because that Kiev is not the command center. And I'm not talking about striking the command center in Ramstein in Germany. That's not that, because it's Moscow. And besides, how can you strike it? With American missiles operated by the Americans. That means you're straight there. And maybe you have a submarine, a Russian submarine, I don't know, striking something in the East Coast, not West Coast, East Coast. I'm not promoting that. But how do you think the Russians will respond? How do you think? All right, my friends. He wants Tomahawk for Moscow. You see this? This thing, if I point it to this tree, it's going to be that tree. If I point it to the other tree, it's going to be the other tree. This is going to be going, if someone gives it to me, all right, this is going to be going to wherever I want it to go. So you provide me with a weapon, okay? You provide me with a weapon, and then I can aim at whatever I feel like. The same is with the Tomahawks. The Tomahawks, you get it for Moscow, unless the Americans control it 100%, and they know. It is just the idea. So why would he want to strike Moscow? And then what? And then what? And the same thing, the question is with NATO should strike Russian drones and missiles and airplanes. And then what? Norok. Just coffee, don't worry. All right, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm going to go and... I like the smell of the gun oil. And yeah. All right, so I'm going to go and upload this video as the other one, and then make 2 more today probably, if I have time. I'm going to go and watch the salmon. Maybe I'm going to go and some salmon. I'm not sure yet. I see them in the water. I can't grab them. It's illegal. You can't be around them with a spear or with a bow. You can fish bow for carp, invading or invasive species. And I understand why. I understand. But then you can't grab them, even though the salmon will die after it spawns, because, you know, the nutrients coming from the salmon will replenish the river and provide the river other little baboons eating and food. I understand that. So anyway, here it is, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you later, crocodiles.